On today's daily tip, we're gonna go over 10 things that you need in your home toolkit. Let's get started off on the right foot. You need a hand broom. Not all of us need a hand broom, but most of us. You know who you are. I think we should backtrack just a little bit. Now this toolkit is not gonna be a measuring contest. I am not gonna be here telling you gotta have the red or the yellow or the brightest or the most expensive tool in there. This one is for at home. This one you can have your kids use, you can have your wife use, you can use it. Anybody can get anything done that they need to at home. And for example, let's start with the drill that I have. Probably never heard of this brand. Snap Fresh. Is it glamorous? No. Is this gonna be the tool that I take to a job site and I work 50 hours a week with? No, absolutely not. But guess what? The child can use it, the wife can use it, husbands can use it. It's easy, it's simple, it's reliable, and the battery, it's gonna be just fine for how long, right? I think every home kit needs to have some sort of power drill. As I look at this kit and I'm trying to go over a few things, I think we're probably at, or maybe a little over, $100. Again, you can go less or more with this, even in these individual tools. Again, you can get more or less. We're gonna need a tape measure. And sometimes you can even get them with fractions on them. Don't be embarrassed. If that's what you need, go for it. Now we're kind of going over some of the things. You can use a drill, a tape measure to hang a picture, right? That's probably the most common thing. Now, let's get a little torpedo level. You could get some of these for just a couple dollars. Even if it's a super basic one, I think it's a great thing to have. Next, I think we need to talk about a little hand screwdriver. My wife gets a little intimidated, doesn't really like using the big power drill, so we get a small little 6-in-1, 5-in-1, 10-in-1, 12-in-1, whatever you're into. This thing is really nice and handy. It comes apart, and then within each end is a big Phillips, a big flat, and then there's also a nut driver on here. So you can put that back in, and likewise. So now you got a small and a big, and even a smaller nut drive there. So there's a lot of different uses for something like this. This is gonna take a lot of things that this can do, but it's a good thing to have. Obviously we need to have some marking utensils. You're gonna have to have a knife. This one, I love this one. This one is an auto reload. It's got one of these deals. Look at that, shot right out of there. Comes with a little magazine and it's an auto reload. It's nice then you don't have to work on those screws. You gotta open up the whole knife and then the whole assembly doesn't work or slide doesn't work, whatever. But you can just, it's simple. Time for a new blade, throw it out, and then you can simply reload it just like that. Super nice to have, great thing. Let's talk about some pliers and some wrenches. This one, obviously, has a lot of different uses here. Pretty big, pretty decent. What is this, an 8-inch, 8-inch? Great to have. This one here, more of a channel lock situation. You can go a lot bigger. There's a lot of different things you can use this for. Again, this is probably a 9-inch. Pretty good size. Fits in a lot of places. Nice and easy for that. And for the drill, we're gonna need to have bits for that, okay? So not only are we gonna need to have drill bits, we got just a random assortment of drill bits. Yours may be smaller, you might have a few things going on here. Me, I got a bunch of stuff. I even got concrete bits in here. It's just what I have. It's something that's got, I don't know, 6, 8 to start with, and then as you go, you can definitely make it bigger. We're gonna need, and as you can see, mine's not even a full set, not complete. It's what I use, what I'm most likely to use at the house. These things, what's really nice is you can get some that have a super long extension on them. You can get some of the small ones that fit, that are magnetized for inside these little bits. I'll have all of this stuff linked in some way down below. And you can shop how you want. You can go to your local shop. Even if you take screenshots of the things that we have here, just as a reminder, you can go to the store and pick them up. You can get cheaper stuff. You can find, better drills if that's what you're into. But this is just kind of a starter kit. We can always build off of this. Lastly, we're gonna need a hammer, right? Obviously, we're gonna need a hammer. And guess what? It doesn't need to be the $300 hammer. This one is just a hand-me-down. I don't know how many years I've had this thing. It's worked perfect. It's great for at home.